Yeah. Back in the building, bro. It's like we never left, Spence. It's like we never
Nimble
left.
82.
Come on, anyway, let's start the
That
team.
was
Let's start the team. We ain't
2003.
got time to waste right now. Dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on down. No long take. What an incredible fight that we saw.
Spence, I'll be honest with you. I'm just waking up. Not long ago. I woke up about 4 p.m. or got out of my bed about 4 p.m. because the fight was so good.
Bro, all now, Ton, I watched that fight about 60 times, you know. Boxing Barry in the house.
Come on. The fight was serious. What a bet, bro. And let me tell you something. Round of applause for both combatants. But all the conspiracy theorists, all the man them that said that Tyson Fury was rattled at the press conference, brother, I want to see you running up your mouth on this thing here.
Ton.
Yeah.
They are saying it already. They've started saying it already.
So what are they saying? What are they saying?
Nimble 82 says, like, I saw you at the AJ fight. Yeah? Big up. You know what I mean? Did we get a picture or something? You know what I mean? It was just mad, bro. We don't want to go to the fights. But, Ton, it was...
What are they saying, Spence?
They're saying that, one man was saying, Fury was on steroids.
Here we go again.
Right?
Here we go again.
Yeah,
You just can't win this. I told you.
They're not even let the man come out the ring properly. They started the conspiracy theory. He didn't even step out of the ring properly.
I told you. You win, they hate. You lose, they hate. Bro, you can't win this thing. You just have to stay focused.
Yeah. It's, you know what? And there's a couple guys who I know. What's his name? Black Fight fan. I followed him yesterday after the fight done. The man just aired me, bro.
Yeah, Black Fight fan. You gotta come with something now because all them two girls that was running up their mouth with me. All them two girls, where are you now? Where are you? Where are you? I want to hear what you two girls have to say.
You know what I mean? It's been a lot. Look, Tunde, I haven't slept. I'm gonna be real. I haven't slept. I'm so looking forward. After we finish off this one, like I've got 2 more interviews to do, and I'm going to my bed, bro. Trust me on
you
that.
should get some rest, bro. Rest is important. That's why I'm firing again. The energies, I recharge up the battery and I'm ready to go. So I'm like, come on, man. Before we even deal with the conspiracy theorists, you just have to say, as I said before, there are some times in life and in boxing when a man's just better than you. And you just have to admit it. Right. So what I was saying on the Thursday, bro, I've analyzed this fight. And why I can't win this fight? Why I can't win this fight?
Tunde. When I watched it.
Hold on, Big Amos.
Akonde.
Great fight, great watch along last night, brothers. Thank you very much, Habib Akonde, for the contribution, or the donation, should I say. Much love to you, brother. Go ahead, Spence.
Right. It was one of them ones there because it was like the supposed conspiracy theorists who were blaming Wilder, who were blaming Mark Breland, for poisoning the water. Yeah?
Poisoning the water.
Poisoning the water. Rude boy, if I was poisoning the water, you'd be dead.
Somewhere else. Sorry for the language.
I'll just be real. Like, so it was great fights are great fights.
Trust me.
Now we can look in history. Yeah, I mean, great fights. We don't really remember the victor. We remember what a great fight it was. And then we remember the victor. But we don't remember like, it's a great fight and then such and such loss. We look at what a fight, and that's what it was. And like I said earlier today, you can't clap with one hand. 2 men have to be in this thing so we can clap. And what we got a crescendo of cheers by what those 2 men demonstrated. Whatever Deontay Wilder experienced on, whatever, I'm telling you, Tunde's commentary was off the hook, bro. And I know I can tell you for certain punches weren't even in the tin.
Spence, when me and you was breaking down the fight in the next day, yesterday,
I was looking, I said, am I saying what Tunde said? I said, let me just shut my mouth. Went to the left hook, right hand, right uppercut, left
Spence, bro, I was in some Matrix fight. The fight with Baba, I was in a Matrix fight. I was saying uppercut, jab, left hook, right hand, left hook again. Fury's got, bro. I was on a hype team yesterday. Bro, yeah, that fight yesterday was serious.
Right.
When you start envisioning punches that are not even there, you know the fight's serious.
I'm telling you.
You know the fight's serious.
So I'm saying anyone I don't know how many people got on the live right now.
108. 108.
Start ticking like. Don't just be on there for me to spitting out this knowledge for you lot for free. Start ticking like.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just saying, like, on the reels, you go back. Hagler Hearns was at April 15th, 1985. Nobody's not really sitting down and saying, oh, well, Hearns lost that fight. And no, it takes two hands to clap, and we're looking to say what a great fight it was. You know what I mean? The Thriller Manila, October 1975. No one's really, but Joe Frazier lost that fight. No one's saying what a ridiculously hard fight that was. Classic. Yeah, we know Ali won the fight, but that's not the point. The point is that you're involved in that classic. People are going to keep on talking about it for years. I could tell you this. Reason why I could tell you this. Man not come to me and say, Spencer, you lost to Dave Walker. Man saying, that Walker fight.
Yes.
And that's why right, exactly. I was involved in mini classic too. So I'm saying, like, but you was involved in the classic one where you spoiled it, which I understand, but where you spoiled it, Deontay Wilder, is when Tyson Fury went to embrace you and you said to Tyson Fury, like, move. I don't respect you. That's what he said to you, I don't respect you. But you hear what Tyson Fury said? I hope that my Lord softens his heart.
My Lord Jesus Christ softens my heart. Bro, the guy's a general. I don't business what anyone says. And this, you can make this thing a color thing if you want to. But I'm just being factual. Man got beaten by a warrior yesterday.
Right.
And what it showed is that you can have the heart, the guile, you know, the fact that you're gonna put everything on the line is good and will always take you to a certain level. But when it's all said and done, it's boxing.
Right. And look, man start making excuses already. Man said, the count in the fourth was long. You see this already? Here we go. And when I see big guns and I see the Zilla in, I know you're American. I know you're a black American. Come on, man.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Listen.
We got to stop it.
The boxing, it's the boxing that eventually showed its head. And it's the actual reason why Sean Porter is not going to beat Terence Crawford. I'm just telling you straight from now, before we even touch on that fight. You cannot be the toughest man, roughest rocker man, but you're going to see the boxing skills come to play.
Exactly.
You're going to see the boxing skills come.
Exactly.
Did you see the maneuver that Tyson done? He dipped, he rolled the left hook and boy, right hand in your chin, and that drop, Wilder, that sequence of movement is something that you do over and over again till it comes out so natural. And Tyson Fury just showed the levels last night, Spence. You can't hate on it, fam.
No, listen.
Bobby Wright. Old type Bobby Wright, $4.99 in the building. Yeah, it's because he dreamed it, believed it, received it, instead of dreamed it, believed it, and become it. That's why he got mashed up. Big up Bobby Wright. I keep telling man, when you say this thing wrong, it don't work. You gotta say it right. Dream it, believe it, become it. But old type Bobby Wright for the $4.99, $4.49. Where you not going with all this 9 business? I know the 9 is our number, but bro, just top up the thing. £5. Just top it up to 5. Anyway, go.
No, so I'm saying, like, Now we're getting all of this. Oh well, this is what happened from what never happened, and you know what I mean, horse dead cow fat nonsense. You know what I mean? Right.
Nonsense.
Yeah, it is nonsense. And like I understand why Deontay Wilder never embraced him. I get it. I do understand it. Because you're vexed. You're vexed, you got punch up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But at the end of the day, take it like a man. You know what I mean? Because you showing that it's called the sweet science. You know what I mean? The sweet science, not the sour fiction.
Sour grapes.
Yeah, and the sour grapes that was demonstrated there wasn't a nice thing because we have enough division in the world, and we need to start looking at this thing properly and saying, like, you see, when it comes to boxing, if you're demonstrating skill like what Tyson Fury's demonstrating, you could be purple with yellow dots. I don't care. I'm liking you because that's the style that I like. But every now and then you do like to see a clapper man. But I like to see the clapper man, but he's demonstrating with skill. Unfortunately, what Tyson Fury knows in boxing compared to what Deontay Wilder knows in boxing,
yes,
there's a massive gulp. Massive. That gulf is
absolutely. But I actually think that's basically because you had one man who actually loves, lives, and studied the art of boxing from day one. And then you have another man who, I guess at the beginning, his study was boxing, but once he discovered his power, he neglected to master the craft. That's what happened to Deontay Wilder. And that's why
he realized he could punch. That was it.
This is what I'm trying to say. And that's why when I saw Wilder the first time ever, I said, this brother's rubbish. And that's not a disrespect. You know, how can someone who's never been at that level call another man rubbish? But I was just more talking about the art. I have not achieved what Deontay, and none of us have walked in Deontay Wilder's shoes. But as onlookers, as observers, we can see that this man can't box.
He can't box.
And then you have to ask the question, who's to blame for that?
You know what? It's everybody to blame. He's bringing in money, number one. He's bringing in money. So it's difficult to turn to a man who's bringing in money, who's a multi-millionaire.
Yes.
Put him to one side and say, you know what, bro? You can't even box properly.
Trust me, but we would have told him straight.
You're there with your little Brock self.
Yeah, I remember I told you what 50 told me.
Right.
He said the same thing.
Make a t-shirt out, man. You're hating, man. You're hating. Right.
Yeah.
So all you lot on this room right now, hit that smash, like that smash button, smash it to bits.
204.
Right. How many?
204.
Right. So smash that like button. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, like, it is. What's this? Someone just said, Michael Myers has said, Wilder owes Breland an apology. Let me tell you this. Hell will freeze over before he gives Mark Breland that apology.
Trust me.
You know what I mean? Up to now, he's saying, yeah, Mark Breland spiked my water. He spiked the water so vicious that it lasted into the other water. He put 499 euros. He says Fury's first title defense, cementing boxing history, and it was
67%.
Yep, Dillian Whyte ready for the psychological battle, coming with a Fury fight. I believe that Dillian Whyte will be ready for that because Dillian Whyte on business. Dillian Whyte no business. Seriously, Dillian Whyte no business. And I think psychologically as well, as a rumor that Dillian Whyte floored Tyson Fury many moons ago, inspiring from a body shot. Hence why there was a lot of rumors. That's why Tyson Fury wears his ball protector very high. That he can't take it downstairs. And I like the way how Deontay Wilder was targeting the body with those jabs, right? But it didn't take Tyson Fury long to adapt.
Yeah, two minutes 40 seconds to adapt.
It didn't take him long to adapt.
And what did I tell you about the left hook in the changing room? I said, I ain't seen that. And that left hook, even I'm telling Deontay Wilder that he should have been left hook. It's like Tyson Fury listened to the show and said, yeah.
But he did listen to the show. You're saying the same. Listen, remember, he retweeted the show on Twitter.
Yeah, for real.
So
Tyson said, all right, cool. You think you're gonna maybe you don't listen to these man telling me about the left hook. I'm gonna use the left hook.
Right, and then you hear the dad cuss David Hay.
Yeah, okay.
Don't feel like David Hay vicious too.
I didn't know that. But yeah, Tyson Fury's left hook and the right hand. And in that 7th round, again, you got to credit Deontay Wilder because that 7th round, I saw so many sequences of double jab right hand, 1-2, left hook right hand on the chin of Deontay Wilder. I'm saying, how's this man taking his punches? How's this man so...
One tough hombre. Deontay Wilder, tough hombre.
God almighty. But, the boxing acumen of Tyson Fury... Sorry, the boxing acumen of Tyson Fury last night was incredible. And not only that, it was the fight in him. It's like when Wilder punched it. Hey, and listen, big up Wilder for that 4th round knockdown, fam. Because that knockdown, you saw Tyson's whole body just...
Yeah.
Bro, he clapped him, yeah, and his body just went like that. It shook, bro. Like some Willy Wobbler thing. And Tyson's eyes, bro, they're just wide open. And he said, all right, cool, you dropped me down. But again, the Gypsy King rose. He rose from the ashes. And he showed everything. Anyway, big up Roland Curtis, $9.99. He said,
come on, salute.
Thank you very much, Roland. He said, one man started boxing because he loves boxing. His father named him after the youngest heavyweight champion ever. The other man started boxing because he needed money to pay for his sick daughter. And I guess they both are great stories, but I guess there lies the real winner. But both have done it out of a love of a certain thing. Whether it's the love of boxing or whether it's the love of another one that you're doing it for. Both are great stories, both are great journeys, and I guess that's why they both met, in the ring 3 times. But that trilogy, I can never say that word right. Trilogy is going down. That trilogy, October the 9th, 2021, is going down in history.
Of course it is. But at the 3 fights that they had, Deontay Wilder never won one of them.
Yeah, and that's a fact.
And business what anyone wants to turn around and say. He didn't win any of them. Money Spence, Tyson Fury, the best fighter in the world. I would say at this present moment, he's the best heavyweight in the world, not the best fighter in the world.
Yeah. But I mean, there is an argument for him to say he's the best fighter as well, Spence.
No.
There's a definite argument.
No, there isn't.
Why you say that?
Because he's not on a pound for pound list. He's not ranked higher than Terence Crawford or Canelo.
Well, he's supposed to.
No.
Above. Heavyweight boxing runs this thing.
I don't believe that heavyweight boxing runs this thing.
Heavyweight boxing runs
this thing. Just because you're heavyweight.
Why isn't he as good as... I'm not saying... Listen, it's just...
Let's bring this one there. Come. I'm
opening up the debate.
Yeah.
Why isn't Tyson Fury as good as Terence Crawford and Canelo?
Because Terence Crawford had more world title fights than him. Terence Crawford has been a unified, undisputed champion. Canelo has gone throughout the weights, starting as a junior middleweight and has gone all the way up to light heavyweight. And he's got up to light heavyweight and he's knockout brothers as well. So therefore, as far as I'm concerned, Canelo is the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world.
Okay. That's a good look. Tell me which one of those 2 fighters has beaten a fighter in their prime who's undefeated as well.
Who?
Canelo or Crawford.
Golovkin won in his prime?
Who?
Golovkin won.
I'm talking about conclusively, not no 1.2 point. I'm talking about conclusively.
No. But this is what I'm trying to say.
Fury done it before Canelo. Fury done it before Crawford. In fact, I'm still waiting for you to tell me who Crawford's beat in his prime that's a top goer.
No, he ain't beating no one in their prime. That's a top.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Right.
Tyson Fury done it with Vladimir. He's now done it with Deontay. And whoever you bring...
What are you talking about? With Vladimir? What are you talking about? Vladimir was about 75 years old, you idiot.
Nah. When AJ beat him, he was 75 years old.
No, that was only 18 months after. So that
no. I don't business.
So
Tyson Fury took out... Tyson Fury is the one that took out the mojo from Vladimir. And let's get that right. You understand? And Tyson Fury has done it again with Klitschko. Not only that, Crawford and Canelo ain't hit rock bottom, gone up to all 35 stone, take more cocaine than Al Pacino, and come back and win this thing again, Spencer.
But Tunde,
none of them have get licked down and come back.
Right.
What's that? Oh, come on, man.
Rem risk Errol Spence is higher than Fury. And we have to go. If you go check out any pound for pound list, Tyson Fury is high, but he's not as high as them, man.
Yeah, but why? What is what I'm trying to say? Especially after last night.
What after last night?
Yeah.
Which listen, all up on resumes.
Yes.
Andy Joshua's resume is better than Tyson Fury's.
Come on. Come on, Spencer. Let's be real.
Tunde, what fighters in the top 10? Listen to me. What fighters in the top 10, bar Deontay Wilder and Klitschko, has Tyson Fury beat?
Huh? Say that again. Sorry. You know what I just say that again? I'm listening to reading Rem Riss. He said sub story. We don't care about drug addiction. No, you don't care about drug addiction. But go question the man who's been through drug addiction and come back in this thing and beat the number one guy. Don't try to downplay drug addiction because that's a serious business.
Of course, it's serious business.
That's serious business.
I'm not knocking.
We got 776 people on this thing. Please,
776.
776.
This is the power. Start pressing that button. I want to see more likes. My argument is this straight standard. Yes, Tyson Fury, great fight. Yes, Tyson Fury, on the pound for pound list is not higher than Usyk, and that's that.
But what I'm trying to say is, why
Tyson Fury's not higher than Usyk, bro?
Why?
Because I said so.
No, you said so. Why? I need evidence, fam.
I'm telling you, because Usyk was an undisputed world cruiserweight champion. Moved up and won the Muhammad Ali trophy. Moved up in weight and
Muhammad Ali trophy against who? Some little cabmen from.
Yeah, they weren't cabmen. They were not cabmen. They were not cabmen. They were not. They were highly rated men. They weren't cabmen. You
anyway,
mean?
Go ahead.
Right then after that, moved up after 2 fights which were seemingly lackluster, right? And then beats Anthony Joshua, who was the unified world heavyweight champion. So on the pound for pound list, Usyk is ranked higher than Tyson Fury. And the next thing,
I'm just reading this thing.
Run.
Canelo 1, Usyk 2, Inu 3, Crawford 4. I don't know if this is the right one. Josh Taylor 5, Spence 6. Lopez 7, Estrada, and Lomachenko 9, and Akako, I don't even know his name, Oka 10. So hold on, where's Tyson Fury on this thing here?
I don't know about that.
This is the ring ratings.
They're gonna have to change that now. But I'm saying you're gonna give Tyson Fury credit for go look at Tyson Fury. Let's keep this thing real. Let's keep this thing real, my brother. When we look on Tyson Fury, yes,
bruv,
he should be in the top 10. But you're saying he should be number 1. He should be above Canelo. You're crazy.
Bruv, he should be up there with Canelo. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to say he should be bigger than Canelo. He should be up there with Canelo.
Why?
How are you gonna put Usyk above Tyson Fury? How are you gonna put Inu?
Did you not hear what I said? To you? Because Inu in blinking, what is he now, 16 fights, as being an undisputed champion at cruiserweight.
Inui.
Not Anuri, sorry. Anuri is the featherweight champion. The little Japanese man, the knockout. Yeah? Anuri's a freeweight world champion.
Listen, man, against who? I don't know them man there. Them little lightweight man there. I don't know them man there. Boxing is heavyweight boxing. That's everything revolves around heavyweight boxing. I don't business.
Regardless
that
everything evolves around heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
Please, Tunde, let's have some parliamentary procedure here, right?
Yes.
Regardless that things evolve around heavyweight boxing, we just have to look at the resume.
Yes.
Right? Of the men them who he's gone into action with. Now, Deontay Wilder and Klitschko are the standout names on Tyson Fury's resume. Right? They're the standout names.
Hold on. So you don't respect Derek Chisora?
I said the standout names.
So hold on, what? You don't respect Derek Chisora?
He's not a standout name.
You have to put respect on Derek Chisora.
No. I'm not Derek. But it's not a standout name because Derek's was not a world champ.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right. But when Tyson Fury first beat Derek, that was a very, very impressive win. Because remember, Derek was unbeaten there in the first fight. Well, no, sorry. Yeah, it was. So now, man, he glassed me, right? Man, second liberty, IDF.
Yeah, Derek Chisora was unbeaten when Tyson first beat him. 14-0.
Mr. Frequency 1, thank you very much. Wilder had grit, but when you've been punched 150 times
in 30 minutes,
30 minutes
by 277
pounds, yeah,
grit don't mean shit. Right. Facts. But yeah, you have to respect Derek as well. I don't care because Derek beat up Usyk. So don't tell me nothing. Usyk 1,077 people on the live. So please hit the like button.
Come on.
But anyway, we don't want to digress. We're going to this.
Yeah, run up the like. And remember, we're doing super chats in here as well. Send your questions in.
Send your questions. We're reading them as we go along. So keep it up. But to get back to the actual fight, the fight was one for the ages. Remris is saying, I know Remris is your serious. I don't like the word hater because that's a bit too strong. But I feel that you're not giving Tyson Fury any respect at all. Tyson Fury is a don. I'm just saying it. He's a don.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing.
He's a don. So you're saying pound for pound people don't struggle with Otto Wallin. But hold on, Otto Wallin was unbeaten. And we're going to see how good Otto Wallin is when he fights
Dylan White on the 13th.
Sometimes fighters...
We're to that, right? I'm definitely going to that fight.
Yeah. We said we got tickets for that fight.
Yeah, definitely 1,000,000%.
So we're there. So, listen, I just feel that after last night, you saw somebody that has really shown his mettle and is going down as the best heavyweight of his generation. That's a fact. 1,010 people on the live.
Come on.
You can't tell me nothing. Tell me, anyone who told me Tyson Fury isn't the best heavyweight of his era, show me the facts why you feel like that.
No, I'm not turning around saying he's not the best heavyweight of his era. Right?
Yeah, you know, but certain people like rumors keep trying to diss Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I know, but Tunde. Yeah? What's that man? I was trying to remember the man's name and I've just found him. When he went on his layoff for the 3-year layoff. And when he was on the 3-year layoff,
yes,
and he comes back, he fights Ceferini.
Yes.
You wouldn't hire that man for sparring, Tom.
Ceferini. You have to remember, Ceferini was unbeaten as well. He had lost one at the time.
He lost one, but Tunde, you wouldn't hire him for sparring. You wouldn't have that man for sparring.
But come on, the guy had been off for 3 years.
Yeah, I agree.
The previous fight was
and then that Francisco Patini man. Where
he'd been through drug problem, what have you. If we want to start,
the reason why I give Tyson Fury credit is because you fought two men that you wouldn't even hire for sparring, and then Deontay Wilder in, what was it? It's 2018. 2018, Deontay Wilder gives him a gift to say, all right, come, I'll fight you. Because, like, me and this AJ thing's not happening. Come, I'll fight you. And in Francisco, yes, Peranata, or whatever his name is, that man was garbage to him.
Pinata. But hold on. So what? So what are you trying to tell me? That fighters ain't entitled to a little warm-up fight before they go?
I'm not. It's not what I'm trying to tell you. It's what I'm telling you what the man was. So he fought two men.
So if you want to start going into Fury's opponents, let's look at who Wilder fought before he was 40-0. What was his resume?
I'm not talking about Wilder right now.
Yeah, but I'm trying to say
I could easily clear away. I wasn't saying that Wilder was like a pound for pound.
Okay.
Right. So I can't let's look at Wilder. Why should we look at Wilder? I'm saying I rate Wilder as a ridiculous puncher. That's it. I'm not going with that. And he's got some crazy mad belief. Well, he did have the mad belief until Tyson Fury come use his gypsy juju on him and mash him up.
Bro, I see Tyson come out with the juju Arab man them and the African
mash him up as well.
Bro, that mash him up as well. I'm telling you, Tyson Fury's a done. He's saying, all right, cool, you want to use that? I'm gonna use that as part of my psychological warfare, and it worked. As far as I'm concerned. And this is what I was telling you. People was on there on the Thursday, telling me that Tyson Fury lost the psychological battle. Everyone was ruffled. You can see it with Frank Warren, and you can see it with the way Bob Arum was behaving. Where are you people now? Where are you? You ran away because you know it's nonsense you was chatting. That was a normal Tyson Fury. That's what I was telling you, Spencer. That's how Tyson Fury is.
To you, it's a normal Tyson Fury. I'm still saying that he's ruffled, but at the end of the day, ruffled or not ruffled, he's a fighting man. And that's what I'm telling you.
Man said, he's sucking up Tyson. Bro, I'm Tunde Ajayi. I don't suck up nobody. No man. I'm just giving the credit where it's due.
No, but Tunde, you get gas too much. You know what I mean?
No, it's the excitement. I love that. I'm an excitable person. And I'm just of course.
Because if you haven't watched it or if you did watch it with us last night, you remember Tunde was calling shots that were going on in the fight along what we did for the Wilder Fury. He was calling shots that weren't even happening. But when I was Tunde saying right hook, left hook, right uppercut, how you got? Look at the shot. I'm like, what's in that? Exactly, it's not the word. It's not the word.
But yeah, you know, when I watched the fight again this afternoon, Tyson Fury beat Wilder in every single department.
Wicked fight.
Every single department. And I just feel that, thank you, 84 boxing. Tunde loves boxing. Bro, this is my life. I love this thing. And all the nonsense about gloves prior to the fight, man was working juju, people poisoning in his water. Just be a man. Just be man about it.
Yeah, Tunde, I'm saying he had to say that man was science in his water. Yeah? And the costume was too heavy. And
you know what?
He had to say that
to
shield himself so he could mentally prepare to say, I'm going to fight Tyson Fury again. Because if he'd have said, you know what, the guy was just better than me, he wouldn't be brave enough to go fight in the fight. So he needed those excuses to fool himself so he could dream it, believe, receive it, right? And go and make and have that return. Because if truth be told, Tunde, when I said, I told you last week, and I said, nah, Tunde, this guy's rubbish, you know.
I told you, Ram. I told you, fam. Like, you're not beating Tyson Fury. And I wish Gary had that clip right now. I wish Gary had that clip right now with Breland saying,
find the clip, Gary.
Find the clip, Gary. He said he will never beat Mike, Iron.
Yeah, he's got it. He played it the other day. Gary, find the clip and put it up for us, please, Gary.
He said he would never beat. Breland said he would never beat Tyson. Do you think there's gonna be a Wilder v Fury 3?
Honestly, I don't care.
What do you think about this whole situation with Tyson Fury cheating with his gloves? Did you see that at any point?
If he did, I mean, which I doubt it very much. I don't know. I've never seen nothing. But still, at the same time, he's not going to beat Tyson Fury, regardless.
That's what I love to hear. There you go.
Tunde being excitable again, guessing up, man. Right?
There you go.
Guess up team.
So all the American man them that are coming at me, that's one of your own. Breland, one of the best amateurs in the history of amateur boxing. Great fighter, didn't do as great as an amateur as a pro, but a very knowledgeable.
Yeah, but sorry, man, interject there. We say that he didn't do as good. He was a two-time world champion.
There you go. Knowledge. Give me the knowledge again.
I'm saying you know that part there now.
Yeah, you see?
He was a world champion.
Come on. So, bro, he told you that Wilder can't beat Fury. He told you on our show. And that interview is still a legendary interview. That interview is as legendary as the win last night. Off the Canvas Boxing says, big up, lads. Anyway, first of all, thank you for the 449. And also, you see Bobby Wright, you see what you started? All this 449 business. Just round up the thing to £5.
Listen, when you do it on the app, you have to scroll your finger and it stops at 4.99.
Okay. Let me read that.
Listen, please. Thank you, sir. I'm not ungrateful. I'm very grateful.
Cool stuff. I'm only joking.
Canvas says what? Big up, lads. Even though it was a good fight, both of their punch resistance seem to weaken. I'm jealous of Wilder's grit because AJ didn't have that.
Well, first of all, let me just answer those questions, Spencer. First of all, Off the Canvas Boxing, when I tell you that being around a man, when Uncle Tunde tells you that being around the great legendary Emmanuel Stewart has rubbed off on you, don't tell me it don't rub off on you. Because when I was watching Sugar Hill last night and listening to Sugar, it sounded like Emmanuel Stewart, fam.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was him in the corner. It was like, use your fucking... Sorry. It was like, use your effing jab, man. Use the jab. You're not using the jab. That was in the 7th round. And Tyson, but it sounded like Emmanuel. Yeah? So let me just deal with that. Secondly, you said their punch resistance. I don't believe that because you was actually dealing with two, I'm not going to say just one, but certainly one of the heaviest punchers in boxing. And his resume proves that in Deontay Wilder. And after the... See, Nigeria, they're phoning me. After the Nigeria knows that Tyson Fury is a G. But anyway, so after the knockdown in the 4th round by Wilder for Fury, Tyson started to walk through the punches, Spencer.
Sorry, Tom, 1 second. The truth will out. Listen, in order for me to read your stuff, what you have to do, you got to put money in the super chats and I will answer your question.
Come on.
We're not answering things for free. There's no free thing on this, brother. We have to pay money, bro.
Thank you very much, Young Bro 813 for your 99 cents. It's all appreciated. And thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you, brother.
It says, what does he say?
No, wait. Off the canvas, still. So I don't believe their punch resistance was gone. I just believe that they was in there, and they were both taking heavy. And it was inevitable that somebody was touching that floor on October the 9th. In fact, both of them touched the floor. So I don't think it is. And with regards to AJ not having that grip, it's just different styles. I just believe that AJ fought the wrong game plan. He thought he could outbox Usyk, and that was never going to happen. Let's see him show that grit in the rematch, because that's what he's going to have to do. But big up, thank you for the donation Off the Canvas Boxing. Fifi, thank you for the $4.99. He says Fury's resume: 2 wins against undefeated prime champions. AJ and White got KO'd by a Mexican and an old Povetkin. Real facts? No. Thanks for the show. You see what I'm telling you? This is what I'm trying to tell you, brother.
You're trying to tell me nothing.
Tyson Fury's supposed to be up there.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he's not. You see, yeah, there you go again. There you go again. You're saying like, he's meant to be up there. I'm not saying that he's not up there, but I'm saying that he's not number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world.
No, I'm saying he should be at least in the top 3. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't.
Oh my God. So what are you trying to tell me? This Inu brother is better than Tyson Fury?
I knew his accomplishments. Go check his accomplishments. Go.
Bro, who knows him?
Yeah, that's the whole point. What? So just because you're known, wait a minute. Just because you're known, hold up. Just because you're known, that means that you must be higher than someone. Big up Normie 91. Normie 91. Pull that up there one for Gary. Right. Greetings. What's that? Tyson has a higher boxing IQ than Wilder, and he proved it again yesterday. It wouldn't even shake me that man's hands.
No, he said he wouldn't even shake the man's hand.
Yeah, he wouldn't even shake the man's hand. Yeah, this is disgusting. Yeah. Do you think he will retire now? No, I do not think he's going to retire now. And this is a simple thing why he's not going to retire. And I'll tell you why he's not going to retire. Because he's still got fight left in him. And there are still some big fights out there for Deontay Wilder and some big money fights for him, right? But if Deontay Wilder comes out and he goes, what's these bridges' name? 7-8 Sports, and start bring up beer, it was this reason and that reason. I wash my hands at Deontay Wilder. Because how he boxed gallantly yesterday. He went out on his shield. You know when you got on your shield? He went out on Captain America's shield.
Yeah.
With a vibranium. He went out on his shield. Because that clap out in round 11 was serious, you know.
Remember, you said in the breakdown, he got a hellacious beating in the second fight.
He did.
So this one was triple hellacious.
Yeah, it was serious.
This one was triple hellacious. And what that done, I see Mike Tyson said that's him, Deontay Wilder finished now, which I felt was a bit hard for Mike Tyson. I wouldn't say that. I just say that he ain't beating Tyson Fury. That's a fact. And he hasn't beaten Tyson Fury 3 times in a row. But anyway, Des Troy, thank you for the £5. He says, big up Spencer and Tunde. Legendary fight night. Wilder exceeded expectations and Fury proved he is the best heavyweight done. That 4th round count though, and he's got the little timer there. Bro,
listen to me. Listen. We keep on talking about this count thing, yeah? Like we're dealing with some foolishness. That's not the case.
Do one question before we go on to that, Spence. I know I can see you reading that question, but do the long count.
All right. So it was no long count. That is it.
Yeah, there were no long count. Dan Shot, I think this is what you was looking at, Spence.
Yeah.
He said, if he was a man of color, would he be a legend? Well, Muhammad Ali was.
Would who be if who was a man of color?
If Tyson Fury was a man of color, would he be a legend?
Listen to me.
I don't know where you're going with that.
Let me just answer this, right? Because you paid your £5 to go and answer that. No, if he was a man of color, he wouldn't be a legend, right? But he's the best of his era, and when he retires, he will become a legend. This is how it goes. Because he's the best of his era. It doesn't matter about your skin tone. You know what I mean?
If you're a legend, you're a legend.
The frequency that you're giving out, that is it that of good boxing. And that man gives out good boxing because he knows the game. And because he knows the game, and I appreciate good guys who know how to fight, who know this fighting business. And Tyson Fury demonstrated that time and time again, and he demonstrated it last night on another level. Till he was throwing shots, till Tunde was calling shots that weren't even there.
100%. And let me just say something. Racism is the other person's problem. It's not your problem. So from you ain't no racist, that don't affect you. It affects them.
Exactly.
So that's what you have to focus on, brother. Focus on you and what you're giving out. Because it's a simple law. You reap what you sow. So don't watch none of that. Don't watch none of that.
As simple as that. Anyway, what's that? Saar says Fury beat the excuse in sportsmanship out of Wilder.
Yeah, and you know what? Wilder don't really respond well when his back's against the wall. I noticed that last night because all when he puts his head down, fam, I'm saying, bro, put your chin up, man. Look straight. You know, he keeps on looking down, but I don't know. I just feel that this shows a lot about someone who's always got it his own way, and then finally coming up against someone who, when you fire at them, they fire back, and that's what Wilder was faced with last night, and he just could not break Tyson Fury mentally. You know how great Mike Tyson is, because I'm still calling Mike Tyson instead of Tyson Fury. So you know, Mike is a serious legend, you know. But Tyson Fury is going to come down as one of those as well. Yeah. You know, and we can't bring up that color thing as if he was because Mike Tyson is black. He's a legend. He's a legend, heavyweight legend. You understand? Muhammad Ali is black. He's a heavyweight legend. You know, the people who are racist don't make the decisions in this thing. We, the people, the dominant people, make the decisions.
Thank you very much.
We are giving people credit based on their craft.
Bro, let me just tell you this now.
R. Kelly mash up the thing. R. Kelly mash up the thing. Bruv. But the guy's a dumb singer. Bruv, I still want to play R. Kelly tunes. But I can't now.
Oh, I'm keeping this thing 100. Tunde, I'm still playing R. Kelly tunes. I'm just being real, man.
R. Kelly can't mash up the thing.
Right.
All them tunes that I'm listening to them differently. All them seems like you're already choosing them tunes. I'm
yeah, I know. But
you mess up the team.
But I don't business, man. Step to the left, step to the right. Come on, I don't care. Anyway, Nas A says Fury is the best heavyweight. However, if AJ fought Wallin and struggled and was lackluster the way Fury was, then AJ would be criticized heavily. AJ's resume better. Just gotta say this.
Hold on. What are you saying, Spence? I'm just listening.
He's saying AJ's resume is better than Tyson Fury's.
How? Why?
Because AJ, you're gonna say AJ beats an unbeaten man to get the IBF title.
Right? Who? You don't talk about that southpaw man look like he just come out of their weed house. He just come out the weed house from down Brixton. Don't chat nonsense.
Yo, Reggie, you want to draw?
we just go around the bookie shop.
Right. AJ beats him, right?
Yes.
AJ beat Dominic Brazil. AJ beat Molina.
Yes.
AJ, right? Forget about them, man. Them man there.
What did Wilder do to those guys?
Yeah, so what?
And then what did Fury do to Wilder?
No, but
this thing ain't complicated.
No. It is complicated because I'm continuing. Now, you can't knock a man for a man who then beat what's the little tough African boy there? Where's his name again?
Oh yeah, you start the African thing. African. No, sir.
Right.
Go.
Right. Carlos Takam. AJ beat Carlos Takam, which is kind of lackluster. Before then he beats Klitschko. Now this is where I'm drawing on the comparisons, right? Tyson Fury, as he come out of his mother's womb, he had boxing gloves on.
Trust.
Anthony Joshua was in the amateurs, Tunde. Work this one out for a year and a half and wins a World Games silver, an ABA title, and an Olympic gold medal.
Yes.
2.5 years, Tunde.
Yes.
In 2.5 years, you don't even know how to jab properly.
Yes.
So this is where I'm crediting on the things that Tyson Fury born into this thing here. My man just walked into the thing and said, well, I'm going to go do this, keep me on the streets here, we can, Right, cool.
Yes.
Right? Anthony Joshua has beaten Povetkin. And you can't say Povetkin was all the thing.
Hold on. Let me just clarify something. You know AJ is my man, so I don't know where a man's going with like I'm trying to diss AJ. I'm just trying to say like, I'm the one who's always, I'm always the one who's backing AJ. So
come on, the resume of Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
Yeah. is better than that of Tyson Fury. And you're going to say, how? It can't be. I'm looking at the fighters. If I was to go fighter to fighter, apart from the Deontay Wilder win, but yet me and you came to the same conclusion that Deontay Wilder was rubbish.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not looking at Deontay Wilder. I'm saying technically rubbish. I'm not saying that his accomplishments were incredible, right?
Yes.
But I'm saying technically rubbish.
So hold on. So could Tyson Fury beat everyone could Tyson Fury have knocked out everyone Deontay Wilder knocked out?
Well, the Tyson Fury, this is what I'm saying. We've got two Tyson Fury.
Wait. Could Tyson Fury? We've
got two different Tyson Fury to judge, Tunde.
Wait.
Tyson Fury now, I believe everyone that my man has knocked out, he would have knocked out.
Could Tyson Fury beat everyone AJ beat?
What? That
Every
AJ
fighter on AJ's professional resume, could Tyson Fury beat them?
Yes, but I don't think he would have knocked out Povetkin. In the Povetkin that fought Anthony Joshua, I don't think Tyson Fury would have knocked out that.
He would have clapped out Povetkin.
Nah, Povetkin was serious.
Tyson Fury would have clapped out Povetkin. These man. I'm just saying. I'm the one who always saying AJ. People just don't want to give this young brother credit, and what he has done. Even last night at the dance, even like not you. We know it's not you. Even last night at the dance, man was like, AJ, boom, boom, man. And I'm like, bro, I had to stop the whole dance, Spencer. And I'm saying, see, this is what I'm trying to say about you, Black brothers. Every time you, man, get someone who's representing has done so well for themselves, when he has a setback, you just stamp on him. Let's not stamp on this, man. This guy's done so much for the sport.
You know what? Let me tell you this now, yeah? How it goes is, and I've got, yes...
And the dude in the black shirt knows F all about boxing. He don't know who you are, Spencer. She don't know who you are, fam.
Who?
Last night they would say the same thing about me, but it's all good. We know.
Listen, anyway, Roland Curtis.
Wilder, the undefeated WBC champion for 5 years, and he defended the title 10 times. Wilder's greatest achievement was a draw against Fury. True or false?
True.
You see? It all comes out. The truth don't lie, fam. The truth don't lie.
That was his greatest accomplishment. Was that with no, tell a lie. No, it wasn't. Him knocking out Luis Ortiz, as far as I am concerned, twice as well. That was his greatest accomplishment because
that was a big deal. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, no one ever want to go against that, brother. And
why though? People say this, but why? I was thinking about this just this morning.
Listen, Eddie Hearn gave Ortiz a contract to keep him away from AJ.
No way.
Eddie Hearn gave, remember? Because everyone was talking about Usyk. Everyone was talking about Ortiz and saying, right, he's coming for AJ, you know? And Ortiz was doing some little demonic madness when he was clapping out, man. So I'm telling you now.
But wasn't Dylan White supposed to fight Ortiz?
No, but he didn't take it.
Who didn't take it?
Dylan White didn't take the fight. Because that's where my man was gold in a minute. Wilder was saying, yeah, fight Ortiz first. You win him, you beat him, and I'll fight the winner. And Dylan
this is a card that we need to see. Usyk versus Fury, or Fury versus Usyk for the undisputed title. And on the undercard, you have Wilder versus AJ. That is a card.
Bombay TV, that is a wicked card. But you know what? That wouldn't happen because I'll tell you this for certain.
In Saudi, if the Saudi man then put up bare money.
Yeah. Anthony Joshua ain't fighting on no Tyson Fury undercard. As far as Anthony Joshua is concerned, and rightly so, he is still the cash cow of heavyweight boxing. And that is the raw truth.
Why is he the cash cow?
Because no one don't generate money like him.
Okay, so is that why he should be on the top of the pound for pound list?
No, I didn't say nothing about that. Don't try to twist things. Try to use black magic.
Okay, when you're with me, you have to remember what you say, you know. Because I'm telling you.
Who said that Joshua should be on the top?
No. I was just waiting for you to make the wrong.
No, it's me you're talking to. Those tricks.
I'm telling you that the pound for pound list has a lot to do with your markability. And I'm saying that innuendo, brother, he ain't supposed to be more than Tyson Fury. I don't business.
Tunde, you know why the pound for pound was thingy? Is because they're saying, for instance, yeah, Floyd and Canelo, when they fought each other, right? Just for you to understand and like put in layman terms. How many people on the live now, Tunde?
1,465 people.
Can you guys please press the like button? That's what we're asking for. If you ain't sending over no super chat cash, tip the like button. Our guy Gary's sitting down there just ching every 5 minutes. I want to know where the money's going to because I ain't getting no money. So something funny going on between you and Gary, you know. So you can't Nigerians and these small islands.
Yeah, conspiracy. You know we're about conspiracies in this thing.
Right. So I'm saying this, yeah. When Floyd fought, and was out there for the time. Was out there for the fight. Canelo.
Canelo?
No, Canelo. When was that for the Canelo fight?
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
When Floyd fought Canelo weren't as big a cash cow as Floyd. But because he wasn't as big a cash cow as Floyd, in the light middleweight division when they fought, he was ranked above Floyd because Floyd weren't campaigning at light middle, he was campaigning at welterweight.
Okay.
So does that mean like, but who? No, I'm saying like we give it to, it's got nothing to do with markability. We're doing it like the pound for pound has been invented. Like we like to think like if this man was to fight this man and they weren't no weights, who's the better fighter?
Yeah.
Which one demonstrates more skill? Which one demonstrates more punching power? Shows more stamina, more ring IQ, more patience, more ring generalship? Which one demonstrates that more than somebody else? Now, I'm saying, even though they're the same weights now, Usyk and Fury, they're the same weights now. But when Usyk was down at cruiserweight, Usyk was higher on the pound for pound list, meaning that all weights encompassed into one will be higher on the pound for pound list. Similarly, if we go to March 2003, when Roy Jones moves up and fights Andy Ruiz for the world title. John Ruiz for the WBA world title, right? He beats John Ruiz for the world title in one of the incredible display of boxing, right? As he beats him, he's now ranked as a heavyweight, right? On the pound for pound list, Roy Jones is ranked number 1 at the time. But in the heavyweight division, Lennox Lewis, who was the WBC and IBF champion, was ranked higher than Roy Jones. So what we're saying, if you was to encompass all of what you've done, then Roy Jones is going to be higher than Lennox Lewis. He's a multiple weight world champion, and he's a man that started off as a middleweight and went from middleweight all the way up to heavyweight and became world champion. So this is what I'm saying. So when I'm saying, I'm not saying like as a heavyweight, Tyson Fury is ranked above Usyk, but on the pound for pound and on accomplishments, Usyk is ranked above Tyson Fury. I hope I've explained myself to you on this one. Yes, Tyson Fury should be ranked up high, but we're saying Tyson Fury's best wins is 3 times against a limited puncher.
So what? So Klitschko ain't on that thing?
No.
Klitschko was the longest reigning heavyweight for how long?
Yeah, 11 years as a world champion.
And Tyson Fury beat him?
Yeah. And what does that mean?
So that don't mean nothing?
No.
Come on. Hold on. Innuendo, I'm listening to you. Now you see me, I just sat there and listened to you.
No,
Innuendo, whatever his name is. Innuendo.
Nui is his name.
Innuendo.
Innuendo.
He had a life and death with Donaire.
Wicked fight. Yeah.
So what are you telling me? Tyson Fury, if they were the same weights, Tyson Fury would have a life and death with Donaire.
What are you talking about? Did you see that how rubbish Tyson Fury looked when he fought Wallen?
Listen, we're talking.
I'm just saying. Did you not see that?
Listen, man.
You know how bad he looked against Wallen?
At the office.
What about the Swartzer man? The Swartzer man.
Ali got
what?
Sorry, I nearly choke on my water. Ali got clapped down by Henry Cooper, but still, that was a bad day at the office. But he just come back and lick him down. So everyone is entitled, in my opinion, to a bad day at the office. But anyway, let's not. I think I do get your point, Spence.
Thank you very much.
And I do understand about the heavyweight ranking, pound for pound.
Thank you very much for the £5 contribution on that thing. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
He said, how do we know if Wilder was the real deal? Never fought any top 10, and we will never know how good Fury is until he fights Usyk. Come on, man. Bro, this is what I'm trying to say.
Fury's good. Fury's good. Fury's very good.
This is what I'm trying to say. It's like you can't win. You can't win. When you're the man, you can't win because there's always somebody that they're going to say, oh, let me see if he could have beat him. Let me see if he could have beat. It's nonsense. Just give the man credit. He's the man. That's why he's there. You know, King Yaya 88 says, picture a world where Dylan beats Fury and beats AJ and ends up undisputed. I think Brixton would have to build a white statue. Well, I think so as well. But whether that's going to happen or not, we're going to have to...
Yeah, pull up Ilas. He just said something coming. Pull him up. Yeah. What's that? Yeah.
Have you, man, watched the Malik Scott interview? Fury, White, Joshua, Usyk, Wilder, Joyce think Fury beats them all. Well, you would say that. Malik would say that after his man just got clapped out the way he did. But having said that, that is a very good assessment by Malik Scott because he knows
most of them. He sparred most of them, man.
Sparred most of them. And he done the best job any trainer could have done for Deontay Wilder last night and in that camp. He actually, and a friend of mine was asking me, how good is Malik Scott and what do you think? Can he actually change Deontay Wilder? I said, it's not so much that because, you know, things take time and repetition and timing build change. What Malik actually has done, in my opinion, and I think we saw that last night for Wilder, was that he's given that mental calmness. And because of that relaxation, I think he was a lot better last night than we've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a lot better, but he's still something else don't look right when I watch him.
Wilder?
Yeah, something don't look right to him.
No. It's his mojo's been taken. I told you this on the breakdown. Fury has taken everything that guy had. His spirit. He's taken his spirit. And I don't know what Wilder can do from here. Because that, you know, these are beatings. Listen, anything's possible. I've never agreed with the thing that a man can't reinvent himself. But that was, as you say, the words you use, Spencer, a hellacious beating last night.
It was a hellacious beating. It wasn't that. You know what? I'm just going to be real with you, yeah? It's going to take a lot for Deontay Wilder to come back, you know? It is. It's going to take a lot for him to come back. Because those punches were real. And when you watch back the fight, you see how Tyson Fury was gritting his face, you know? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's 277 pounds doing that to you.
Tony Touch says the fighters of old would clean up the presence. You sound like them old man in the barbershop.
He's right. He's right.
That old man, bro, one old black man come in the gym the other day, and I was watching him, and Anthony was shadowboxing with another kid, and I see the old black trainer squinching his eyes, looking at Anthony's feet, and in my head I could just imagine what the black trainer says. Like, yes, man, you have to use your feet, man. In feet not set right. In feet not set right. Because you know these old school man there, they always got something to say. But listen, we really can't tell if the old fighters would clean up the present fighters because it's different eras. Things have changed. Fighters think quicker, in my opinion, than fighters of old. Just the same, sprinters are faster today.
How do fighters think quicker? Explain to me you think that fighters think quicker.
Listen, I do believe this.
Everything explain to me.
Because it's called evolution. Everything
they think quicker because of evolution.
Everything gets better. And it's a
Yeah.
fact.
Well,
That's
okay. So why is it back in the day like fighters used to do 15 rounds like it was nothing, and like,
well, that's
like man do
No.
8 rounds and they're blowing?
All right, let me tell you.
Yeah,
Fighters will do 15 rounds today if it were allowed. That's the only reason why. Don't try and make it like it's some, oh yeah, the fighters are not fit enough to do 15 rounds. Nonsense.
Wait, what are you talking about? Man, they're blowing out their ass when they hit round 8 now. That's no foolishness to me.
No, I'm telling you, Spence. I'm telling
You
you.
don't say that fighters think quicker now than back in the day?
I believe so. Hold on. I believe so. That's why you have an oven and a microwave oven. Things get done quick because things have evolved. That's just my opinion. But listen,
when a man's throwing a shot at you, listen. Average speed of a punch comes out like just under 40 miles an hour.
Is it? Yeah. I don't know.
That's what it does, right? I'm not in agreement to that because I think certain fighters of old would have dealt with certain fighters of today, right? Just like this is just me thinking this, like, and we're never gonna know because it's still fantasy matches. Like, I'm just thinking that Ernie Shavers punch harder than Deontay Wilder.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Maybe,
right?
Maybe the structure and the strength of fighters of old wasn't as solid as the structure and strength of fighters of today.
Right.
It's really.
I'm not finished yet. I think that fighters back in the day were far more superior technically than fighters of today.
No, sir.
I'm just saying my point. I think far more. You know
what?
You know what? Pardon me.
Muhammad Ali never throw no body shots.
So what does that mean?
So I'm saying it's all encompassing. I'm just telling you. You're saying technical. Right. You're saying
Muhammad Ali. You're saying Muhammad Ali didn't throw body shots, yeah?
Yes.
But Joe Frazier did. Ken Norton did.
Yeah.
Right? They're the same era. George Foreman did.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that it's more commonplace today because things have evolved.
No, that's not the reason why. Ali, you see, you read about Ali. Ali said, I opted to throw headshots because I like to punch man in the head. That's his talk.
Yeah.
Right, that was the case. And they were saying like Ali never used to throw body shots. He actually did. There's a couple of fights. The fight when he came to Ireland.
Williams, he threw some good body shots with Cleveland.
Yeah, right. But notably, Ali was to just jab you up in your head to just get you dizzy and get you out of there. Yeah, so I can't turn around and say that. Like, that fighters, you had certain fighters that were just properly thinking fighters. No one can't tell me, like every division. No one can't tell me that Killer would have beaten Ezra Charles. I'm not listening to that. I'm sorry.
Well, listen, everybody's got an opinion.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, and you're entitled to it.
Thank you very much. Anyway, the MK, thank you for the £5 donation. What are you saying, bro? Was it saying?
Is it true? AJ.
I'm gonna get my glasses. Go on.
I'll read it. MK, thank you for the £5. He says, "Is it true AJ is changing his team? Saw Frank Warren interview the other day where he said someone told him AJ is changing his team."
You know what? I've heard that from a very good source as well. And I mean a very, very Thomas Oliver, thank you very much. I've heard this from a very, very good source. I mean, I can't divulge who it was, but someone close today said, yeah, you're gonna be changing.
Hold on. Let me just this is what I'm trying to say about these men who just jump on this thing. Real Video says, I'm describing this is a bias and you're not giving credit to a white boxer. It's so obvious. Who the hell are you?
Look, block this person. I can't
tell you you're blocked. You don't need to unscribe, you're blocked. You don't need to unscribe, you're blocked, fam. How about unscribe? We're blocking you.
Now
Gary, did you do it before me? Yeah. Gary done it before me about unscribe. You're blocked about unscribe. No, we will unscribe you.
Immediate. You know what I mean?
Anyway.
No, then please wind me up, you know.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say. The man he ain't listening. He just coming in. You're probably tuning in for 3 seconds and making such a nonsense statement. But it's just there exactly 84 boxing is ignorant, and we got them. They're all over. Because nothing can exist without two sides, positive and negative. It's just that we ain't dealing with a negative. We just block you. But anyway, carry on, Spence, because this is good. That's it. Racism has no place in boxing. Come on.
Listen, racism has no place in society.
Anyway,
Leave
that's
it.
correct.
Right? And
Cliff Rosen, sorry, he said, Wilder cannot box. Why doesn't anyone say this? You just come on, bro. We've been saying this.
listen,
We've been saying this. I don't know what this is what I'm trying to say. You, man, you need to listen to a conversation before you start talking. Because me and Spencer, bro, I said this 3 years ago that he can't box. And so Spencer phoned me the other night, and Spencer said to me, "This man is rubbish." So, man, we're talking. This is the realest YouTube channel, boxing channel in the world.
I'm just keeping this thing 100. Next thing, when someone's talking about the Jews, do you know the Jews are like not giving certain fighters? Do you know who my favorite fighter is? Not people think it's Ali. They think my favorite fighter is Gene Tunney. You know that?
Gene Tunney, yes, sir.
The fighting Marine. Gene Tunney was my favorite fighter. These guys like to talk nonsense. Do you know how skilled Gene Tunney was? Gene Tunney was a maverick. Gene Tunney was that when you run over the sweet science of boxing and intellect, because this man was a reader.
Sorry, Spencer.
What?
I said Wilder became 11 rounds a slave. Bro, you know that's racist. That's racist, fam. Oh, it's racist. See, you couldn't get this on a normal channel because we're just talking. We're just laughing at these things because they just make me. They are funny because we're not going to take them serious, but we can see the funny side of it because there's a funny side to everything. But anyway, so I had to I'm sorry for the interruption, but that cracked me up. Tertius. Wilder became 11 rounds a slave. Anyway, Bunny Prince Mafia, thank you for the £5. He said, the old white man John L. Sullivan would KO any heavyweight in history within 2 rounds. Raw facts. No, sir.
No, KO.
KO.
Spare me. I mean, John L. Sullivan, if in today's times, John L. Sullivan would have been a title, bro.
John L. Sullivan would have got Brock up. Big up Bobby Wright. This is why I love you guys. This channel has no time for negativity.
You're gone, bro. You're gone.
Zero time for negative people and negative comments. We're not on it. We're not on it. There was something I was just about to say to you, Spence. Come on, we're having a great time here. Yeah, man said Tunde, your commentary was off the chain last night, brother. Last night was hype. Last night was hype. I'm being honest with you. Fury has beaten 3 times. Wilder will retire now. Thank you. I'm not too sure.
He's not going to retire. There's some big fights there for him.
Yes.
There's some big fights, son. Trust me. There's some very, very big fights for Deontay Wilder. Trust me on that.
How do you guys see Wilder versus Dillian Whyte?
You know what? There's been a reason why Wilder never ever fought Dillian Whyte. There's been a reason. The thing about it is this: if Wilder detonated one on Dillian Whyte, shouldn't knock it out. But I think, like, especially now when I'm watching him and I'm not knowing Dillian, I still think that Dillian would have beaten Deontay Wilder.
Okay,
but if Wilder touches that chin, Dillian's gone.
Good night, nurse. It's good night, nurse. And we all know the sole intention of Wilder will be to knock out Dillian. We know that.
Yeah, 100%.
Where? Tell me where the proof is. I beg.
What?
Terrence Gann says there is some proof Fury cheated. Where?
Listen. What, for last night's fight? Are we talking about last night's fight?
You need to tell me.
Right. Andrew won. Thank you very much for the £5. If Fury is the best heavyweight of his era, why do you say AJ? No. I'm telling you the truth, right?
Exactly. Come on.
His resume is better.
Point, Andrew.
No, very good point, Andrew. Very good point. I'm saying his resume, but because Fury ain't lost no fights. That's why I'm saying Fury hasn't lost no fights. And that's not me. And you know what? The next thing I've got to tell, man, I'm going to keep on going this. Anthony Josh must be on a lot of pressure, you know.
I'm telling you, man. But I said this, Spence.
Yeah. A lot
I
of
said
pressure.
this.
He's a youth, you know. He's a youth.
You hear what my man said? You hear what my man said? Bro, bro, that's what I'm trying to say. These men don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing.
For real.
But sorry, Spence.
Nah, I'm saying to you now, like,
As you were saying about Anthony Joshua and being
yeah,
under an immense
he must
amount.
be under an immense amount of pressure, right? So, yeah, I think he's handled it very well.
Yes. Northside Manny, thank you for the £5.
Good question. Will Malik Scott start? Will Malik Scott start OnlyFans? More serious question though, for the casual fans, what does pound for pound mean? I did explain that before.
Yeah.
Pound for pound was a terminology that came around from, and I'll tell you where it started to came around from Sugar Ray Robinson when Ray Robinson won his first world title against a man called Tommy Bell, which was December 20th, 1946. And what it was like they marveled in the fact of Sugar Ray Robinson because as an amateur, he was Golden Glove state champion and Golden Gloves national champion in 1939 and 40 as a featherweight. And they were saying, like, if we encompass all the weights together, then he would be the best. And that's where the terminology of pound for pound came from. It started from Sugar Ray Robinson because they said he was that good. And at the time when he became world champion in 1946, when he became world champion at that time was Ezra Charles. They were saying this guy would have dealt with Ezra Charles, you know. This guy was the best. He'd have beaten middleweights, he would have beaten the featherweights, he'd have beaten the lightweights, he would be better than all of them. And that's where the terminology of pound for pound came from. And we have that now to this day. Quick history for you.
Ex Louis B says pound for pound means Tyson Fury. Just to cut all that nonsense. What you just said. Pound for pound means Tyson Fury, fam. Okay, go through some big analytical. Pound for pound means Tyson Fury, man.
You know what? That is a really good question. When you're saying, like, ask the dude on the right, so it must be me, who would win out of Gene Tunney and Usyk? Let me tell you this now. I want people to listen good to me, like when I'm talking this, yeah? Usyk is fantasy, yeah?
Yes.
And the game has evolved. I'd like to think Gene Tunney would beat him. And that's that. Said it. Gene Tunney beat Jack Dempsey. Jack Dempsey wasn't no joke. I think that was, go check me if I'm right, if I'm corrected, September of 1927. And then they had the long count in one of their fights in the world title fight. And that fight was only for 10 rounds, over 10 rounds. Gene Tunney was serious. He's a masterful boxer. Absolutely, just a dream. Just a dream of a boxer. They say one of the greatest fighters, and there's no film footage of him, unfortunately, of Harry Greb. And these men fought 5 times. But Gene Tunney won the municipal amount of the fights. Gene Tunney, and that was at light heavyweight. Gene Tunney was no joke. I just want man to realize this part here. Gene Tunney was no joke. He was absolutely fabulous.
Yes. Is Gerard Anderson the real deal? Fury apparently said he thinks he'll be #1 heavyweight in the future. Well, we'll have to see when he steps up to the plate.
I've seen him fight a couple of times. A good fighter. Jay Prince manages him. Good fighter.
Okay. Dylan White is still a top fighter. Him and Wilder will be an interesting fight. I'm not sure who would win though. Yeah, I think we've answered that. Spencer versus Tunde, who would win a fight? Well, we all know.
Exactly. Tunde, I punched the living daylights out of Tunde.
We all know I broke up Spencer, so we know that he's going to go to the cookie brother now.
Tunde, I brought you in this game, you know. Behave yourself, and evoke your license.
Come on. Fury compared to Joe Louis, not close. Remris, we know you're a Fury hater. So, bruv, I'm not even answering that. But Joe Lewis is a done. Joe Lewis is a done.
Nice, done.
No doubt about that. Fury definitely rusty. I don't see it. Last night he was sharp, no rust. That, in my opinion. So with this rust talk, if that's what a rusty man performs like, then I don't know. I just think that he was fighting a better Deontay Wilder than the second fight, so he had to draw a gear. And the thing about Tyson Fury, when you hit him down, it's like he says, "All right, cool. You let me down. Now I'm going to show you that I'm another level." And he done that last night. If AJ is as fake as some people say and is not a good guy, why not string it out for more money and get the other belt? Why pay for a rematch if you don't want it? Interesting.
Well, why pay for a rematch if you don't want it?
If you don't want it, yeah.
He wants the rematch. AJ's adamant in this rematch. AJ wants this rematch.
Yes.
That's the truth. He wants the rematch desperately, and he wants to prove something. Paul Jones. What Paul Jones is this? Is it Paul Silky Jones there?
Where?
Off subject, but Manny Pacquiao retired this week. How do you rate him in an all-time list? I'm gonna be real with you. Manny's a great. Manny Pacquiao's a great 8-weight world champion. Manny Pacquiao, the most world title fights in history. Manny Pacquiao is an all-time great.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Jake Rumble, Eddie Hearn outed AJ on TalkSport, saying he has to keep up his humble persona despite feeling different. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Why must I keep up a humble persona if that thing ain't working for me?
Thank you very much.
So you're being controlled. You're being controlled. Imagine telling Tyson Fury keep up your humble persona. Tyson Fury tell you F off.
He tell you to go suck out.
He tell you F off. You can't. You're trying to control man. You're trying to control man. Let the man be who he is. He's made enough money for everybody.
Exactly.
He's made enough money for everybody, and everybody. Well, not everybody, because we certainly are not. But there are a section of people who don't have nothing good to say about the young man. So I would be like, bruv, I'm set. My family's set. My child, generations after me will be set if they look after the money well. I'm just talking it is. Just like Bob Arum. Bob Arum no business about who's watching now or who's listening. He just tell man, F yourself.
You know why? Because Bob Arum realized that he's an old man and he ain't got no more on the planet and he don't business.
Yeah, he don't business. Bob Arum's like, bruv, who am I going back to answer to again? You understand? Let me just be who I am. And we know some of these guys, Bob Arum, Don King, Frank Warren, these guys have built empires. You understand what I'm saying? They can say what they want. I'm being honest with you. And they don't. They're very, smart with how they speak. But nobody can blame them.
These people are getting out of hand now,
Go on.
You look at this now. Look at this, yeah?
what I can't
read
see.
Read it.
I can see Wilder on the floor.
Yeah, look, read it.
You ready for round 2? Me. Bro, the internet is horrible.
It's disgusting.
It's a horrible place.
It's disgusting.
It's a horrible place. But you have to be thick-skinned. You have to be thick-skinned.
Bro, trust me on that.
Guys, who do you think wins in a prime? Riddick Bowe or Wilder? Come on, Riddick Bowe, bro.
Riddick Bowe would have done Wilder bad.
It would have Wilder on a different level.
He would have done him bad.
Yeah, Riddick Bowe's
remember, Riddick Bowe had teachers. Riddick Bowe was trained by the late, great Eddie Futch. You know what I mean? If Riddick Bowe opted to have stayed disciplined and not buy a house and inside the house, you got 8 kitchens.
Yes.
Right?
Trust me.
Riddick Bowe will be talking about him right now for the right reasons. Yes. And the saddest thing is this, is like, I think Riddick Bowe made something like 50 million out of boxing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
He ain't got 50 million now, I'll tell you that much.
You know what I mean? So he ain't got 50 quarters.
To us. Romany Hotspurs, Spencer could not, bro, I'll brack up Spencer. So I don't know. I don't know what. Spencer's cousin or something.
Listen, the gypsies know, because he knows that I used to roll with them hard. I would tub back Tunde's teeth.
He's
I say that now for nothing.
He's a madman. Anyway, God, we're gonna wrap this up on
Larry Holmes versus Fury.
Larry Holmes versus Fury. Very good fight. That's a good fight. I don't wanna. That's a good fight. Larry Holmes versus Fury. Good fight.
Larry, listen to me. Larry will jab up Fury, and that's that.
No. Listen, Fury's jab last night was hard and above, and it was fast. Double jab right hand. It was serious.
Son, you have to wake up very early in the morning to show me a more educated jab in boxing, not just heavyweight boxing, than Larry Holmes' jab. Larry Holmes' jab.
No doubt, but would that be enough to beat Tyson Fury? That's the question.
Because not only that, Larry Holmes had good recuperative powers.
And he didn't jab up Mike Tyson. I'll tell you that for free.
You wait a minute. You know the story of how he fought Mike Tyson. Yeah, but you know the story of how he fought Mike Tyson, innit?
He what?
April 27th, 1988. Don't muck around with me.
The
right?
knowledge.
Larry Holmes had been retired for 2 years after losing to Michael Spinks. Don King comes to his house and said, "Oh yeah, Larry, we got a fight for you against Tyson." So he's thinking, okay, his wife's saying like, no, allow this, man. You know what I mean? We're retired. He goes, you know what I mean? He said like, it's $3 million. I said, where's the contract?
Yeah, trust me. But off the camera, he says Fury's clinches with a damage Holmes, and that's the truth.
Who? What clinching with?
Listen, when Fury lean up on you.
Listen, you lot are talking crazy. You're talking crazy.
All right.
But you know what the thing about is this? You see when we talk about that old man there? I'm always gonna be on the side of the old man.
Yeah, I know.
You know what's gonna happen in 20 years' time? There's gonna be some young youths now who are like 27 now, and they're gonna be 47. They're gonna be talking exactly like I am about Tyson Fury and some up and coming man who's fighting right now. They say, "No, what? That's the brother." Right, but I'm saying I'm just basing it on skill. And like Tyson Fury answered it really well, where he was asked about. He said these things are fantasy, and I'm very classy. He says that I'm just gonna do on my era, and in my era is my era.
That sounds like Lennox, and he's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Let me tell you this: as much as we say his era, all the time when I speak to Lennox, I tease him. I say, Lennox, you know what, rude boy? Larry Holmes gonna jab you up. He gets mad, rude boy.
Yeah. These are fighters, man. These are the modern day gladiators. But yeah, I think it was a great fight last night. I think both guys stepped up a level, both of them, from the previous fight, from all three fights, to be honest with you. But Tyson proved he was the better man again. And the question moving forward is what next for Tyson Fury? And can Deontay Wilder actually come back from such a damaging and I would say humiliating defeat? Because the way he was talking about. And another thing is Deontay Wilder, is his health okay? Is he okay?
I don't know.
Have we heard anything about that?
Well, we had no reports back. I believe that it was, but you know what I didn't like? His ears was bleeding.
Bleeding again.
They're bleeding again. No?
And this is the boxing. I keep telling you, Wilder keeps on going like this because he don't block right hands. When did you see Wilder go like this to a right hand or shoulder or go like this? No, what, brother? Just took the thing.
Yeah, big up Mark McKay. What's that? Sorry, what's that? Izavo says Tunde broke up the punching machine.
Yes, sir. And
you know why?
Broke up Spencer.
Listen, and I was just saying, do you know why he broke up the punching machine? Because he robbed the money from it. That's what he done.
Bro,
I never feel about that when Tunde used to rob the fruit machines. Then I can
Spencer's lied to you. Spencer knows. I'm a dangerous guy.
She used to rob at Kenneth Fun Fair. Remember Kenneth? He used to go down there with his screwdriver and pop the machines. So don't tell me no point about he broke. Of course he broke the machine. He broke it because he broke it.
man's just relaying the truth. And I saw my brother Ian at the dance yesterday at Vanessa's birthday party, and that brought up me, Ian, Rom.
Ian Patterson used to play football.
Yeah, Ian and Ramon.
I salute that brother, you know.
Yeah. We was doing it last night.
Back in the day.
Yeah, these are foundation, man. We used to rub up the fruit machine at Kennett and then kick out the money, bro. And that's what the gypsy man there, you know. Them man there know when we come in the fun fair, we just rub up the whole place and head back home. That's why me and the gypsies are, bro. We know each other from the get-go. Because all them fun fairs is run by the gypsy man them. And they used to come to Kennett and fun fair. They started to go to Peckham, Burgess Park, and we used to lash out all the fruit machines. And I had the key, and the 92250 master key. And that key, bro, I went everywhere and lash out all the fruit machines. Bro, they can't do that now. Them days are done. But anyway, let's get back to the real thing. Roger Diamond. Roger knows what I'm talking about. Roger knows what I'm talking about. Me, bro, we used to lash out all the fruit machines right up to Croydon Market. Dash out, bro, we lick out the whole of the fruit machines. I went back home, bought my whole football team, brand new football kit. Dulwich Eagles. Yeah, bro, man's a legend out here.
Yes, a legend for crime.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we had this.
We got Roger Diamond in there.
We got Roger Diamond. Roger knows the thing. Anyway, great way to end the show, Spencer.
Yeah, man, most definitely.
You know, it was a great night of boxing. Much respect to Deontay Wilder, and I hope that his family, I hope he's well for his family's sake and his own sake. You know, because let's get it right. These guys are putting their lives on the line, and you know, sometimes I think the people in boxing definitely
take it for granted.
Take it for granted, but you know, these guys are putting their lives on the line for our entertainment. And you know, when they're disrespecting these men, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, because I know the seriousness of it, and so do you, because we're involved in it. I'm like, bro, this ain't no joke, you know. You know, these people have families that may never see them again, you know. And the great thing, and we always praying that both combatants come out of this thing well and safe, and that they can return back to their families. And I'm happy that both fighters done that last night after putting on such a great show. Yeah,
I concur. That is it. It was an excellent fight yesterday. You know, I'm gonna go watch it again because that fight was exciting to me. You know, I'm gonna go watch it again before I just shut out and go to sleep. It's been a pleasure for everyone who's jumped on there. We have 1,000 plus on the. Yeah. Only getting bigger, only gonna get better. And listen, we are so grateful for you, man. And that's the truth. Big up my bona fide country done, my brother from another mother. And I want to know, listen, seeing it, I want people to realize this. Country's mum, Miss Julia Edwards, she's an actress. It's because of country's mum why I wanted to be on TV. That's the bottom line. His mum was in the Sweeney, the Professionals.
Come on.
Things rising down.
Professionals, remember Professionals?
Fuck around stuff, right? And because of country's mum, I want to be on TV. And that's the truth. You know what I mean? And I know she's smiling down from heaven night like, yeah, man's just doing what we're doing. You know what's that? Videos to view, big up, 100K subs coming soon.
10K subs coming soon, absolutely.
No, 100K, not 10K, 100K.
Okay, yes, sir.
Of course it's coming. Everyone up in there, like, subscribe, comment, keep the energy flowing. This is 1,000,000% boxing, and it's the realest thing. We're not in no little joke thing, because you're talking to two men who's involved in the game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're not kind of, you're getting the views of man who have been in this thing. As managers, promoters, trainers, former amateur and professional boxers, you're getting the full spectrum, and that's the thing. And you know what I mean, TV presenters.
That's the difference. That's the difference between us and everybody else.
Come on, man.
You know, we've actually been in every facet of this sport.
Come on, man.
You know, and that's why we can talk the way we do. because it's an unbiased opinion and a serious opinion as well. At the same time, we have a laugh, Spence, and
yeah, come on, man.
It's great to share this.
Punch up Tunde when he came down Miguel's gym. I punch up Tunde. Let's admit, well, your body shirt. Come on, just admit it, man. No big thing.
Listen, let me just tell everybody.
Years after, so
let me just tell everybody. I punched Spencer Fearon so hard in his belly.
When he went home.
Wait. I punched Spencer Fearon so hard in his belly, he started vomiting Jamaican patties.
Only teach that line from me. Better goofy, pepper soup, all of that came out his belly.
Man, start vomit up lamb patty. Cheesy beef patty.
Hey, Root, are you cheesy beef patty?
Hey, cheesy beef patties are serious.
Blue Jays make the wickedest Blue Jays make the wickedest, I'm telling you. They make the wickedest patty. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, people. It's been great. Thank you for joining us and taking out your Sunday to listen to me and one of my closest friends in the sport and outside of the sport, Spencer Fearon. And we sign off by saying, dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on down. Peace to things. We're out. Thank you for every single person who's liked, subscribed, commented, who's just been with us. We're going to be talking some more boxing. Yo, what? I think we should go again. Rob, big up, Mikhail Smickle. Yeah, man. Let's go again tomorrow evening, Ton.
Yeah? All right, cool.
Tomorrow evening, man. All right? There's more to talk about. The aftermath of the aftermath. Because I know we're going to hear some Deontay Wilder excuses that we can run on.
Yes, sir. All right. Love.